So it is what it is.
Breaking news here at home, the terrifying shooting at a crowded mall in Columbia, South Carolina. Law enforcement surrounding the mall confirming just as we came on the air, at least 12 people were hurt, 10 of them shot. Authorities do not think the shooting was random. Shoppers told to shelter in place, these people inside the back of a store.
Wow. Another mass shooting at a mall. This happens far too often. Okay. Now we're in Columbia, South Carolina with it. Last week, we were all over the place. We were in Sacramento. I keep saying San Francisco, but Sacramento with the London nightclub shooting. Okay. Then we had the mass shooting in the New York subway by the Black Pill YouTuber. We also had another mass shooting at a concert in Houston. It's everywhere, man. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Authorities then evacuating everyone, leading people out of the mall and telling them to wait in their cars until first responders could make sure the area was safe. 3 people have now been detained, and what we're learning about the conditions of some of the victims. ABC's Mona Kosar Abdi leading us off.
Tonight, a shooting at a Columbia, South Carolina mall injuring multiple people.
I heard like 20 to 30 shots inside the mall. Multiple shots fired inside the mall coming from the gas area.
Police saying they responded to calls this afternoon of shots fired at the Columbiana Center. Officers blocking access to the mall as they entered with long guns.
We believe that the individuals that were armed knew each other, and there was some type of conflict that occurred.
This video taken inside a Sephora showing the chaotic moment employees and officers evacuated customers out of the store and the mall.
Hey, there's an emergency exit.
A woman audibly gasping.
Oh my God.
As she passes paramedics near one of the exits, those paramedics appearing to treat several injured people.
You seen blood on the floor. You saw people on gurneys. You saw people with bandages on them. And I saw multiple people with gunshot wounds. The only thing I'm thinking is my children. They're home and I'm in a mall in the shootout.
Wow. And I bet that was a crazy experience for this mother here. But I wonder if she would actually acknowledge the super gremlins behind these shootings and actually, give some light onto what the real issues are in the Communitah.
Employees who were initially instructed to shelter in place were ultimately escorted out by police. A reunification center was also set up at a nearby hotel so family and friends could find their loved ones.
That frightening scene playing out. Mona Kosar Abdi joining us now. And Mona, what are you learning about the conditions of some of the victims?
We know of the 10 people shot, 8 were rushed to the hospital. Tonight, 2 of those gunshot victims are in critical but stable condition. The other 6 are in stable condition. All
right, Mona, with that breaking news, thank you.
We begin Eyewitness News at 4 with breaking news. Terrifying moments inside a South Carolina mall where a dozen people were injured in a shooting. I'm Veronica Miracle.
And I'm Jory Rand. This happened just a few hours ago at a shopping center in Columbia, South Carolina. 10 people were shot. Several are currently in critical condition, but miraculously, in fact, much like we saw in New York, nobody was killed in this.
So you see how he mentioned New York? He said miraculously nobody was killed in the shooting. That's because the super gremlins have no aim, okay? It could have been a lot worse. It could have been like the London nightclub where 6 people were killed, okay? I don't like how it sounded like he kind of tried to diminish the shooting by saying, oh, nobody was killed. I also don't get the fact 10 shot, 2 injured. I mean, if 10 people were shot, then 10 people should be injured, right?
shooting. 2 other people were injured trying to escape. Eyewitnesses say they heard gunshots, then chaos with people running and screaming in all directions. Authorities have spent the last few hours clearing stores one by one. They say this does not appear to be a random shooting.
We believe that the individuals that were armed knew each other, and there was some type of conflict that occurred.
And see, that's the issue. These dudes are beefing online. They beefing in the streets, and then they go to a public place to meet up and get on demon time.
Resulted in gunfire. This was not a situation where we had some random person show up at a mall to, discharge a firearm and just, injure people.
Victims range in age from 15 to 73. 3 people have been detained in connection with this shooting, but authorities are not yet calling them suspects.
What we know currently, and again, I say this is very preliminary, we had 12 injured, no fatalities. I repeat, no fatalities. 10 suffered gunshot wounds, 8 were transported, 2 self-reported to area hospitals. Of the 8 gunshot wounds, 2 are in critical but stable, 6 are stable. We had 2 that were injured during the stampede, non-gunshot wounds, but were injured. And again, we're transported folks to 3 area hospitals. We have 3 people detained. What we know is at least 3 people were seen with firearms inside the mall.
So they got 3 people detained. In the news clip, they said that they didn't deem them as suspects just yet. But hopefully they did get the right guys. But it's just crazy. You can't go to the mall without having to keep your head on a swivel. And like the sister said earlier, potentially getting caught in between a gunfight.
And at least one person fired a weapon. That could change. This is still early. We don't believe this was random. I think that's very important in situations like this. We believe that the individuals that were armed knew each other, and there was some type of conflict that occurred that resulted in gunfire. This was not a situation where we had some random person show up at a mall to, discharge a firearm and just, injure people.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting
just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the Communitah, by the Communitah, I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo. Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit on. That nigga.
That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
DaBaby is addressing the shooting on his property Wednesday night in Troutman. He seemingly admits to pulling the trigger and shooting a trespasser.
Is there any serious bleeding?
She cold. But anyways, we got DaBaby in a shooting once again at his home, which is, it's a beautiful home. But he's involved in another shooting. Obviously, a lot of the times when he gets into these situations, they're self-defense. Now, we did see him pop off on his baby mama's brother, the uncle of his child, and we did also see him pop off on this other fan, I believe, in a hotel or something. So the baby's known to pop it off and you know, get it popping. But for some reason, it seems like people have it out to get him.
He seemingly admits to pulling the trigger and shooting a trespasser.
Is there any serious bleeding?
I said yes, bro.
Okay. Is he completely alert?
Is he what?
Is he completely alert?
Did you hear him? Do you not hear this man, bro?
Sir, I'm asking you, is he completely alert?
Yeah, I can't hear you repeating every question that you ask me because he's over here screaming, bro.
Look, this man got an attitude with the damn 911, and I get it. Somebody comes on your property, and you know you're upset. You know, adrenaline's running. You just shot somebody, so I can see why he's a little irritated. But the lady's just trying to do her job.
Like, y'all just get somebody here.
This is the 911 call when a man was shot after scaling the fence of DeBaby's property in Troutman. While police haven't confirmed who pulled the trigger, DeBaby seems to be claiming responsibility. In this Instagram post, the Charlotte rapper, whose real name is Jonathan Kirk, writes that he chose not to take someone's life.
No, Amy, or whatever your name is, Karen. He chose not to take a super gremlin's life. Okay, that's the super gremlin word right there that they blurred out the other day, and it felt great. But he ain't deserved to go. I step righteously, heal up, and live, my boy. Just don't bring your behind back.
The other day, and it felt great, with a thumbs up emoji. He goes on to say, buddy ain't deserved to go. I step righteously. He says, heal up and live, my boy. Just don't come back, with an emoji used to signal firepower. DeBaby's property does issue these warnings to would-be trespassers. The sign says, we have guns and shovels. It's unclear if DeBaby could face any charges. North Carolina's stand your ground law applies to the home you live in, not necessarily your property. A law enforcement
What? What?
source tells me the way the law is written, the person who uses lethal force must believe there is a threat of death or serious bodily harm. Now, at this point, no charges have been filed against the trespasser, and police have not named that suspect. The Iredell District Attorney's Office also told us it could not comment on a pending investigation, and DeBaby posted that he is in Texas for a nightclub appearance tonight.
So, guys, we do have the full 911 call, and I will play it for you guys before we head out. But I do want to say, man, it's the rap game is very dangerous right now. A lot of times it's easy for people to figure out where you live, who you are, your location, and all this stuff, just being a public figure in general. So people got to be careful, step light, and move in the correct way, so they don't get caught up in any BS.
Iredell County 911. He shot him in his leg. Y'all hurry up and get here and get him together.
What?
Got trespassing on my property. Hurry up and get here.
Sir, what did you do?
I shot him in his leg.
Okay. And why did you do that?
He's trespassing on my property, calling me by my name. I don't know what he said for, what he here to take, what he here to do.
He said he trespassed on his property and called them by his name.
He's
Okay, are you with him now?
He's neutralized until you guys get here.
Sir, are you with him now?
He's right here in front of me.
Okay. Is he awake?
Well, on the football field on my property.
Sir, is he awake?
Yeah. Do you hear him?
Is he breathing?
Yeah. He's shot.
Okay.
In his leg.
Just stay on line, okay?
Okay, yeah. Come on, like about to die. Yeah. Come on, football field.
Any serious bleeding?
Yeah. He's shot like in his lower thigh. Yeah.
Sir, is there any serious bleeding?
I said yes, bro.
Okay. Is he completely alert?
Is he what?
Is he completely alert?
Did you hear him? Do you not hear this man, bro?
Sir, I'm asking you, is he completely alert?
Yeah, I can't hear you repeating every question that you ask me because he's over here screaming, bro. Like, y'all just get somebody here. And tell them when they pull up to try to hit the sirens or something so I can know to open the gate.
All right, is there more than one wound?
Say what?
Is there more than one wound?
All I see is one individual. I don't know if you got somebody with him.
And you know what? I mean, this is, I'm glad that he was able to protect himself. I'm glad that he was able to, you know, diffuse this situation without taking a life. You trespass on somebody's property, hey, you asking for whatever comes. And, you know, the baby has been in multiple situations where he had to defend himself. And I think he, you know, has done well in that way. There have been some instances where he necessarily didn't have to use violence and he chose to. And he was wrong in those instances. But in this instance right here, he's absolutely within his rights, I believe, to defend his property and defend, you know, his family, because people are crazy. You don't know what these folks got planned for you nowadays. But I will say, though, if he calls 911 and he's telling them what happened, I'm just throwing it out there. Is that considered snitching? Y'all let me know, because the street code is like, you know, it changes every damn day. So is that considered snitching that he called the police?
Oh, no. We have no way of knowing it. But in order for him to get here, he had to jump over a fence and everything.
I'm going to need you to secure your firearm, sir. Sir.
It's secure.
Sir.
It's secure. I told you it's secure. I'm not putting it down with this trespass right here on my property. I'm not doing it.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. All right, guys. So we're going to break down this video of Patrick Lyoya. He was killed by the Grand Rapids, Michigan police during a traffic stop. So I want to break down this thing. I know I'm a little late. Okay. I know I'm a little late. However, I think it's an important situation to break down. I'm just making sure that I've got the right video. Okay. I want to get the right view. Okay. So here we go. We're going to go from the officer's POV. I'm gonna pull it up. But guys, when y'all come in here, man, make sure you like the video, share the video, and comment after the video to continue the discussion. If I don't see the engagement up enough, I am going to go to Jinquavius. All right, so Jinquavius might take it away a few times, but I also want to make sure that we get everybody's POV in. I want to make sure you guys are getting your super chats read. So going to be very attentive, or super traps rather. Make sure you guys hit that super trap if you feel what I'm saying. If you want to get in the discussion today, we're not going to bring on people, but Thursday, that's when we bring on other people. But we're going to go ahead and get right into the video. Okay. So I do want to play this video from the officer's POV. It's very important for Black men to understand how to deal with police. And I know in the Communitah, we always say, well, we grow up and our parents have to teach us how to deal with the police. Dude, that's everybody's freaking parents, okay? Most likely they're teaching you how to avoid even interacting with the police in the first place. But we do have to break down this Patrick Lyoya situation, because let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it real, y'all. All right. He was involved in illegal activities. Okay. The whole reason why he got stopped is because he had the wrong plates on the vehicle that he was driving. And that's usually indicative of a stolen vehicle. He was also charged with he had previous charges for stealing vehicles. And if you guys don't believe me, I am going to bring up some information on his criminal history. Now, people are saying he escaped the Congo and, you know, sought out refuge in the States. And, you know, that's fine. It's all good and dandy if and only if you're out here and you're doing it the right way. But when you come here and you're trying to finesse and do like the typical, I know he's not Nigerian, but the Nigerian scammer-esque blueprint, then, you know, good things are not going to come your way. All right. So we will pull up the criminal history. Unfortunately, this brother was on some BS and he knew he was on some BS, and that's why he reacted in the way that he did. All right. So we're going to break this video down. So buckle up, guys. Pretty graphic, pretty crazy. I'm not going to show the shooting, but I'll show everything that led up to it.
1915.
All right. So the officer got, he is pulling over this brother. Okay. And let me tell you something. He was not profiled. We have people online. Oh, he was profiled. No, they were targeting him. No, no. The police officers have technology in their vehicles that can scan your license plates. Okay, so for all you guys who have a late registration and whatnot, you know what that means. All right, I've been pulled over with late registrations, and the officer pulled me over, told me that my registration was old, and, you know, gave me a warning. Said, yeah, it's past the 3-month window where we give leeway, so go ahead and get that done. I got it done the next day. Okay, problem solved. I didn't trip. I didn't fight with the officer. I didn't get out of the car. I didn't say, why are you pulling me over? Late registration? Oh, word? Okay, y'all gonna impound it? Nah, you gonna give me a break? All right, cool. Appreciate you, officer. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. Anybody who would say that this was targeted and whatnot, you guys just aren't living in reality. And it's sad to say that we have so many black men out here who want to indulge in these quasi conspiracy theories and not understand just simple things like anything that can happen will happen. If you're involved in crimes, there's a likelihood that you will have more police interactions than anybody else. Like, when the police officer scans your vehicle and you have a license plate that is not the correct license plate, then of course you're going to get fucking pulled over. It doesn't make any sense to me why people would be confused as to why he was pulled over. My nigga, that's what niggas do when you steal a car. When you steal a car, the first thing you want to do is find a very similar car to yours and switch the plates. Switch the plates. Most people aren't even going, like, if you switch the plates, say I steal a Mercedes CLS 250 and then I see another Mercedes CLS 250. I'm going to switch those plates because most likely the driver is not going to even notice that the plates are switched until maybe a week or a few days later. That gives me plenty of time to do the dirt that I'm trying to do in this vehicle. So the first thing that you're going to do when you steal a vehicle is steal the plates. And then it comes out that this brother had a criminal history for stealing vehicles. Okay. So the nigga was doing a lot. He was doing a lot. We see how these carjackings go in Chicago, in Atlanta, in New Orleans, when we saw the Linda Fricky situation. Guys, these people who are doing carjackings are very, very violent individuals. Point blank, period. These people who are doing carjackings are very violent individuals. Point blank, period. I don't give a fuck what you say. If a nigga is going to jack your car, they will not hesitate to kill you, straight up. So let's keep going.
Stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Stay in the car.
So this is the first thing. He gets pulled over and he immediately gets out of the car. He immediately gets out of the car, and I'm going to award him some grace. Okay, I'm going to award him a little grace because there may be a language barrier. There may be a language barrier. See, what you guys got to understand also is that niggas play dumb. When the police come around, niggas play fucking stupid. Niggas play like they ain't got a 4th grade education. All right, that's the reality. That's the reality. And that's what you're taught. Like, if you out here doing dirt, man, nigga, you act like you a dumbass. All right. You act like you don't, what? I don't even speak English. If you can get away with it, if you got an accent, that's what the fuck you're told to do. Okay. So it's fucking crazy why you would get out of the car when you get pulled over. It just doesn't make any damn sense.
Get in the car. Dude, I'm stopping you. You have a license? Do you have a license?
For what?
I'm stopping you. Do you have a license?
What done?
Do you have a driver's license? Do you speak English?
Yes.
Okay, so we asked him if he has a license. And it looks like he's bouncing back and forth from a native tongue in English, but he answers the question, yes, I speak English. Okay. Yes, I speak English. Okay. So let's keep going.
Can I see your license?
What do you want?
The plate doesn't belong on this car. Do you have a license or no?
Okay, so notice something else. My man's pants are sagging. I didn't think Africans sag their pants. Obviously, they do. So the fact that this nigga is sagging to me tells me that, yo, he has been Americanized. He has, he has been westernized. He has adapted to the culture, the hip hop culture, the black culture, okay? Black male culture specifically. He has adapted to that. All right? He has adapted to that. So the nigga is sagging. Most Africans that you see are not going to be out here sagging, but if they have assimilated to black culture, and yes, sagging is a part of black culture. I don't give a fuck what you say. It is what it is. We created shit and we're still running with it in 2022. So he assimilated to black culture and he's probably hanging out with, some questionable people, other goons and goblins, other super gremlins, potentially. Because why are you out here stealing cars? Okay. Why are you out here stealing cars? So let's keep going.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
Where is it at?
It's in the car.
Get it for me.
What do you want?
The plate does not belong on this car.
So the nigga's acting like he don't understand that. Nigga, you switched the plates. The fuck out of here. You switched the damn plates. You done fucked up. At this point, get your license, hand it to the officer, and you're going to have to take an L. You might get charged with stealing that vehicle. But this individual right here, this brother right here, has the mindset of, I ain't going back to jail. You can't take me back. I'm dying before I go back. I ain't fit. Like, obviously, he has that mindset. Otherwise, he would have just kept it moving. And see, this is my thing. Niggas who are really getting money in the streets don't fight with the police. They might run from the police, but niggas who are getting real money in the streets, they know they can bail out and they know they can afford a lawyer. Okay? So I don't get why you fighting. I don't get why you're going back and forth. Okay? It makes no damn sense.
Yeah. Y'all be my right there, dude. Right there.
No. Stop. Put your hands right.
Okay, so he immediately resists arrest because he know he ain't got no fucking license. All right. And then I just pulled up this article. Information on Patrick Lyoya no longer provided to the media by Michigan Secretary of State. So apparently they have his criminal record out there. His arrest record, his driving record and whatnot. And I've already seen the documents, but I can't find them for some reason. But the Secretary of State they're doing what they can to suppress the information of his previous criminal history because they want to in the court, they don't want to sway a jury or a grand jury in any way by having his criminal record out. But like, dude, and it was on some bullshit, unfortunately, and it cost him his life. All right, so watch.
No. Stop. Put your hands right.
So he tried to keep it moving. All right. And the officer's like, nah, fuck no. You ain't going nowhere. Put your hands behind your back. You about to be detained. And watch what he does.
Stop.
So, for one, my nigga's pants, he could have got away if he would have pulled up his pants. He could have got away if he pulled up his pants. All right? I don't get why, my nigga, like, just pull your pants up. You would have had a fighting chance. And he really supposed to be faster than how he ran. Okay? But dog, you blatantly run from the police. You know you're in the wrong. And now the Secretary of State, they are sealing his record. All right. It says the department provided Mr. Lyoya's record to 3 media outlets before recognizing that it was being included as an irrelevant detail that wrongly suggests he is culpable for being shot in the back of the head by a Grand Rapids police officer. Okay, so they released his record to 3 media outlets. But then the media outlets basically made the point that, yo, this guy did this, he's done that, he's done this, he's done that. And it would lead to you thinking, because past actions are a determinant of future actions, it would lead you to think that, hey, this guy was involved in a lot of criminal activities. So the Secretary of State, they're basically trying to present the case that his past is irrelevant. And I would beg to differ. If this is my thing, and this analogy should really hit home with you guys. So if you are a woman and you run into a man and y'all get intimate, y'all are dealing with each other, and then you find out that he killed his ex-wife. Should you or should you not judge that man on his past? Because women like to, oh, you can't judge somebody on their past. The past is in the past. Should you judge that man because he killed his ex-wife? Not saying that this is what Patrick did, but it's the same thing. If Patrick has stolen car after car after car after car, traffic violations, serious offenses, and then you pull him over, you see he riding with the wrong plates, it would suggest that, yo, this is something that he does often.
Stop. Put your hands right. Stop. 1915.
Bro, pull your fucking pants up. This shit is embarrassing, especially when they get in the scuffle. He might as well just took his whole, if he He probably would have won the fight if he would have just took his damn pants off in general. He should have just took the damn jeans off and fought with the damn boxer briefs on, because this shit is embarrassing. The fact that he's trying to run with his goddamn pants below his ass is crazy to me.
We're running.
Boom. And that's a great form tackle by the officer. Now, I don't agree with a lot of the things that he did, especially initially when they got out of the car. He should have stayed by his car before. He should have said, yo, get back in your car. I'm not coming up to the car unless you get back in your damn car. So he probably should have handled that situation a little different. But great form tackle, great takedown.
Stop.
Okay. Damn.
So he said, okay, damn. Okay, damn. He told him to stop resisting. At this point, put your hands behind your back. Black men need to wake the fuck up. You don't fight your battles in the street. You fight them in court. They would have let you out. Nigga, they letting every fucking body out. It doesn't matter what you did. You're getting a bail. You're getting a bail. You're getting a bail. Everybody's getting a motherfucking bail. How do you not see that? How do you not understand the climate? At this point, you took the L. You're slow. You got your pants sagging. Put your motherfucking hands behind your back, bruh, and live to fight another day.
Stop! Stop!
Okay.
So he's saying okay, but at the same time, he's still trying to get up and fight the officer. This is a tactic that a lot of these niggas, all right, I give up, I give up. That's why when these niggas be like, oh, mama, mama, they calling out for their mama and shit, and they, oh, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. This is why cops don't take y'all niggas seriously, because you over here saying some contrary shit to what you doing. Okay, okay, I give up. Okay, stop. I'm gonna put my hands behind my back. Nigga, then do it. Then do it.
Get your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Hands behind your back. Get your hands behind your back.
Okay.
1950, 34 cars.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop resisting.
So the nigga's still resisting. Pants about to come all the way off. Ass crack showing. Feet, shoes completely off. Okay. And at this point, bruh, you got to take the L. At this point, bro, what the fuck else are you going to do?
I'm gonna do it to him.
All right, so he tries to tase him. He tries to tase him, and he's too close. He's too close to tase him. So you really can't do anything. He understands that the cop understands he's not going to win this fight hand to hand. Okay. He's not going to win this fight hand to hand.
Let go of the taser.
So he's holding on to the taser. He's grabbing the taser. He tells him let go of the taser.
Where's the problem?
Let go of the taser.
All right, so the body camera turned off. Guys, we're 40 minutes in and ain't got one super trap. God damn it. Jinquavius, where you at?
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago
where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me. I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the Communitah, by the Communitah, I'm Jinquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo. Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live.
That ain't
with
me.
Funky ass suit on.
That's that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jinquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
All right, guys. So, just like the video, if you can't contribute, I appreciate everybody who is up in the building. Y'all know I just had to go to Jinquavius right quick. But let's continue. We have another angle, the angle of the passenger in the vehicle. I don't know why the fuck this passenger didn't tell him to just stop resisting, but hey, let's watch.
Come on, bro. I can't die for your own safety, man. Yo, Pat, Jojo, you good, right? Yo,
Put your hands on your back.
Don't grab him like that, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, man. I'm a black man too.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. 1950.
So you hear the brother. You hear the brother in the background. He's giving him some sound advice. Let's run it back. The intelligent brother, the onlooker, he's blurred out. He said, I'm a black man. Just do what the officer says to do. I know y'all didn't hear that. We got to commend this brother right here. We got to commend this brother. If you didn't catch that, if you didn't hear it, turn your volume up because this brother is speaking facts. Shout out to Dub with the $3 super trap. He says, hey, Black Gen Z. So you already know.
Hold on. Yeah. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside.
Dub with the $3 super trap. He's definitely outside with it. But listen to this brother.
I need your back.
Okay? Come on, bro. I can't die for your own safety, man. Okay?
He said, it sounded like he said, I can't die for your own safety. So I guess he was saying, yo, I don't want to get hit in the crossfire. So this brother is coaching him up and telling him exactly what he needs to do in this traffic stop. And, you know, from the Communitah's perspective, people would call him an Uncle Tom Coon sellout. Why you ain't hop on that officer and help that young black man? Nigga, what? What? So you want me, a civilian, an onlooker, to hop in and fight a cop, assault an officer for a nigga that I don't know, for a nigga who's switching plates, stealing cars, and doing the most in these streets, scamming. And he's an immigrant. So now the nigga is taking advantage of my tax dollars, stealing other American, maybe black American
vehicles and switching the plates on them. And you want me as a black man to hop in and fight an officer who's doing his motherfucking job.
Hands behind your back. Okay? Come on, bro. I can't die for your own safety, man. Okay?
Your parents judge you good.
He said, I can't die for your own safety, bro. Come on, you wiling. He said Patrick was wiling.
Come on, bro. I can't die for your own safety, man. Okay?
Your parents judge you good. Like, yo,
Put your hands on your back.
Don't grab him like that, though.
And the friend says, don't grab him like that, though. Honestly, these niggas got to be retarded, bro. These niggas got to be out their motherfucking mind. Don't, come on, bro.
Good, like, yo,
Put your hands on your back.
Don't grab him like that, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, man. I'm a black man too.
Yeah.
Come on, man. 1950. Start with some more cards.
He said, I'm a black man too. Just do what he says, bro, or it's going to get worse. Shout out to Hot Black Desiato with the $5 super trap. He says, Jenquavius be code switching. Oh, you already know.
Oh, say like
Okay.
No, he said he's good, but man, yo, what's up, man?
Your hands are behind your back. Your pants are sagging at least 18 inches off of your ass. Your shirt is hiked up. You ain't got your shoes on no more. You are in a submissive position. This is it. This is where you give it up. This is where you say, you know what? Let me fight it in court. You know what? Let me fight it in court. This is where you say, look, I ain't got no more fight in me. We gonna lawyer up and we gonna see how this thing go.
Stop. Okay. Stop.
So he said, stop resisting. The nigga's like, okay, but he's still resisting. He's still resisting. I honestly, I don't know what they want us to do. And by they, I mean the Communitah. I don't know what they want. I mean, I cannot in good faith support this brother, even though it's a tragedy that he got clapped in the way. I can't when he's doing all this bullshit. It's hard for me to get behind this. This is not, to me, this is not a marketable police slaying. It's not. Like, dude, you got the wrong plates, potentially in a stolen vehicle. I mean, whose car is that? Who is the VIN number registered to? Do they know that you're driving their vehicle? And now the vehicle has to get impounded, and whoever's car this is going to have to pay upwards to $350, $400, maybe even $500. I don't know how the city of Detroit does it. It depends on what lot they tow it to, but you're going to have to pay that bread to get the damn car out. And I know the shit wasn't his because the nigga don't even got a fucking license. He don't even got a license.
No, he good. He not resisting nothing, bro.
So you hear the nigga who's narrating. No, he's good. He's not resisting. Bruh, are you fucking blind? The nigga's resisting, bruh. I don't know if these niggas are fucking, like I said, these niggas got to be fucking retarded, bruh. He's not resisting nothing? What?
No, he good. He not resisting nothing, bro.
He's not resisting anything, but he's dropping his weight. And the other black man is saying, bro, stop resisting.
Okay, why you gotta do all that, bro? He good, man.
He said he's good. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. It really just makes black men look unintelligent. And these are supposed to be the African brothers. These are supposed to be the brightest of us all. These are so. And the nigga is sitting here talking about
He's not resisting. Are we watching the same fucking video?
No, he good. He not resisting nothing, bro.
So look, the officer's trying to bring him to the ground, and he's grabbing across his shoulder. But honestly, he's in a great position for a chokehold. He's in the perfect position for a chokehold. Okay? He's in a perfect position for a sleeper chokehold and tap him out. But the chokeholds are now illegal, so the officer can't use the chokehold, so he has to think of another move that will help him in this situation.
Okay, why you gotta do all that, bro? He good, man.
Let go of the taser. Let go of the taser.
No, like he good, like you can talk to him, bro.
He said you good, like you can talk to him. Nigga, they already tried that. Are these niggas? Bro, these things gotta be retarded, bro. I don't know what the fuck else to call this. I don't know what the fuck else to call this. I really don't. I'm in awe that he actually, for one, the narration is just crazy. Like, he good, bro. He ain't do nothing. He ain't do nothing, bro. He good, bro. He ain't resisting. You could just talk to him, bro. The nigga has just grabbed the taser, resisted arrest, ran from the officer, hands behind his back, and he's still fucking resisting. No, he good, bro. He good. He ain't resisting nothing, bro. He not resisting nothing, bro. Bro, you fucking... This niggas is retarded. Anyway, shout out to Robert Kish. He says, like going down on a road full of holes. Yes, sir.
Correct. But I would say, listen, your wife is white. So we're going to stop the black talk right.
Shout out to Robert Kish, man. You already know what it is. Mad love.
Let go of the taser.
No, like he good, like you can talk to him, bro.
So, guys, this camera angle is from the passenger in Patrick's car. This is his dumbass friend, whoever the fuck he was rolling with in this stolen vehicle. Well, I'm not going to call it a stolen vehicle, but in the vehicle that has the wrong plates on it.
Yeah. Like he good, bro. Like, can you talk to him like good? Like, can you? Yeah.
Can you talk to him? Nigga, we already tried that. He tried to run with his pants 18 inches down his ass. They tried talking. The shit didn't work. Now it's time to get arrested and thrown in the back of the squad car.
Stop grabbing him like that.
No.
No, he good like for real. Yo, you hit him too.
And there's a narrative in the black community that, oh, we have to teach our kids how to deal with the police every day. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because when they actually get in interactions with the police, they do the exact opposite of what they tell you to do. Keep your hands on 10 and 2. Make sure you roll your window down. Speak politely to the officer. Okay?
Let go of the taser.
No, he ain't grab no taser. I see that.
He said he ain't grabbed no taser. I ain't see it. And look, he pointed the camera down because he knew his friend was in big trouble. He knew his friend was in big trouble.
Let go of the taser.
And at this point, the body camera has already turned off on the officer. And there's some fucking idiots online talking about oh, he turned his body camera off, bro. He's in the middle of a fight, hand-to-hand combat with a nigga with his pants half down his ass crack. And he's fighting. He's in a fight for his life. They've been fighting for over a minute now. And if you've never been in a fight, a minute-long fight is a long fight. Okay? That's a very long fight. All right. So He gets on top of him. The camera, the body camera is obstructed and it goes off. So now he pulls out the strap, and that's where we're gonna stop it here. Then he claps the Patrick. He claps Patrick in, and then that is what has sparked demonstrators across Detroit to protest, and we are going to listen to these people and what they have to say. So let us get into it. Let me just share my screen right quick. Like I said, it's a sad situation, but honestly, bro, these niggas retarded. I don't know what else to fucking say, bro. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me why you doing all that shit. Take the L, live to fight another day. You can't convince me that this nigga did not know how to speak English. You can't convince me that this, like, he was just afraid of the cop. Oh, he was scared of the cop. No, he knew he was doing dirt. He knew he was in the wrong, and he didn't want to go to jail again. And I get that. I understand the, oh, I ain't going back mentality. But for one, if you have that I ain't going back mentality, you need to, for one, you need to keep your pants pulled up, because you need to be ready to run at any second. The moment those red and blue lights get behind me, my nigga, I'm like, okay, let me make sure my pants is up and my drawstrings is tied, just in case I'm gonna have to book it out of here. See, if he had this exact same fit on, he might have gotten away.
Funeral arrangements have been announced for Patrick Lyoya nearly 2 weeks after he was shot and killed at the hands of a GRPD officer. Here's what we know tonight. The funeral is set to take place this Friday at the Renaissance Church of God in Christ on the southeast side of Grand Rapids. The service will begin at 11 a.m. and is open to the public. However, masks are required. Speakers will include attorney Ben.
Maybe if he would have had his mask on, he would have still been alive today.
Crump and Commissioner Robert Womack. Plus, civil rights activist and Reverend Al Sharpton announced today he will also be part of the funeral services. Sharpton also.
And y'all know these niggas, these race baiters, the race grifters are hopping on this case like flies on the shit. I don't know why Al Sharpton hasn't spoken about the young boy that I just did a story on today, who Shaquille O'Neal is paying for his funeral costs. Devin Page Jr., young black kid shot in the head while sleeping in his crib in the Communitah. Okay. So we got Al Sharpton and Ben Crump all over this story. It's wild.
Also said he will help the family pay for the funeral expenses and help in the fight for justice. People in Grand Rapids have been rallying for 6 straight days downtown as national interest has grown surrounding Patrick's death. 13 Your Side's Justin Bachman has been following the demonstrations all week. So, Justin, how many people came out?
Good evening, Elena. It would be easy to say hundreds came out to support, maybe even thousands throughout the week and the weekend. Saturday's march took up entire city blocks at a time. In Easter Sunday, the crowd was a smaller group, but they weren't discouraged by that. Instead, they were encouraged by that turnout.
Oh, God. Here we go. Black Lives Matter is on the scene with a collection plate.
I mean, it's never gonna die.
And Al Sharpton is FBI informant. Don't get that fucked up either. He's everything that the Communitah says that they hate, yet we use him in every situation where a black man is killed by a cop.
Right down. It's people that still blowing this up on social media. It's people that still care about this. People are not going to let this die until we actually get some type of justice.
Even with a fraction of the people, the message stayed consistent. Justice for Patrick Lyoya.
I'm gonna tell you what, though. Technically, at the rate that this nigga was resisting, he grabbed his taser. Technically, it is a justified shooting. Now, I think he went OD with the dome shot to the back of the head. Shit was crazy. It was a little much, but he probably did. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He probably deserved to get shot. Okay, maybe not to the back of the dome, but he definitely deserved to get shot. Okay, because he was doing the most, fighting with the officer, and technically, the officer could have said that he feared for his life because he grabbed his taser. Now we have seen in the Rashard Brooks situation that I believe those officers were charged, but it was a lot more separation. Rashard Brooks was yards away from the officer, and the officer still shot him from behind. So that was a little much. But this is even harder to call, okay? And just thinking of it from an analytical basis and just from my knowledge of when the officer is able to use this type of force, I think that they have a high likelihood of being able to justify the shooting. Okay. Unfortunately, that's just my opinion. Now, politically, they might fry him just because they don't like the optics of this guy getting off.
Saturday night, a sea of demonstrators marched laps around downtown Grand Rapids with that very call. When the march ended, the block party began.
A block party. These niggas just come out to party. I'm convinced that they don't even give a fuck about what happened. They just come out to dance, shake their ass, and feel like they're doing something for the Communitah.
Extremely beautiful. The people is still out here. We had a nice sized crowd out here.
That's not to say the night was without tension. Protesters were met with police barricades as they got close to Van Andel Arena.
If anything, they were the ones that was sitting up there wasting taxpayers' dollars, having to follow us, playing cat and mouse.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, man. Do y'all know how violent these BLM riots get? This one is on the it's on the spectrum of a protest. I'll give them that. It appears that they kept it relatively peaceful. But to say that, oh, they the ones wasting taxpayers' dollars, nigga, y'all know for a fact if there wasn't no police out there, y'all would have been ramming through motherfucking buildings and breaking windows and setting shit on fire. Get the fuck out of here.
And we were doing nothing but peacefully protesting.
Another common theme among protesters is the desire to not have to keep doing this.
Man, I love y'all. Love one another. Shake a hand, meet a friend. Know your neighbors, man, because you're going to see them again. And you can just walk up to them, hey, how you doing, Brian? Hey, how you doing? And you know what I mean? And love one another.
When Breonna Taylor died, when Dante Wright died, when George.
Oh my God, this nigga is mentioning all the fucking Breonna Taylor. We already know she was connected to a body in a rental car that had her name on it, but she allowed her, Thuggo, Pookie, and Ray Ray boyfriend Jamarcus Glover to use the rental car to murder another man. So Breonna Taylor, whether you like it or not, they had a right to go search her motherfucking apartment. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. She's connected to a murder, directly connected to a murder. There is a paper trail that connects her to a murder. Okay? So they had a right to check her apartment. Kenneth Taylor heard the police. He heard it was the police knocking at the door. He still bust shots back. You can make the argument that he thought it was some jack boys, but me personally, I don't believe that shit. Who else did he say? He said Dante Wright. We already know Dante Wright was a menace to society. If you don't believe me, go watch my it was either my first or second live that I ever did. The hashtag free Kim Potter. Dante Wright was a menace to society, and here are his victims: Caleb Livingston and it was another white girl. She had initials CV, CJ, something like that. But anyways, Dante Wright was he was a motherfucking super gremlin on demon time. All right. And then George Floyd, we already know, very checkered past. The nigga held up a pregnant woman at gunpoint before, robbed her, was also in the wrong in the situation that got him killed. So I hate when niggas try to bring that shit up. But Oh man, somebody just told me the likes need to get up, guys. Y'all got me going back to Jim Quavies, man.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago
where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me. I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the Communitah, by the Communitah, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo. Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
that
with
ain't me.
that funky ass suit on.
That's that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Before it died, I was out here marching and protesting.
You know, enough always have been enough, and the people is tired. You know, we're tired of having to keep on doing this. We don't want to keep having to say other people's names.
All right, well, if you're tired of doing this, just tell these niggas to fucking comply, bruh. It's that simple. All of this could have been avoided, man. I am not gonna be one of these niggas who is gonna take the accountability off of Patrick. Okay, I'm not finna do it. Place some accountability on that nigga, bruh. That nigga knew he was doing some bullshit. He knew he was on some bullshit. We ain't finna take the accountability. And then we got motherfucking Great Value 1090 Jake in the building. We got Great Value 1090 Jake in this motherfucker, man. Like, bruh. This nigga, Pat, like, literally him and his friend who he had in a car, they're just dumb as hell, bruh.
Yeah.
County Commissioner Robert S. Womack says that another march is planned for Thursday in Lansing, bringing that message of justice for Patrick to the Capitol.
Justin, thank you. The topic of Patrick Lyoya has been talked about at the state's Capitol. 2 state senators spoke out last Thursday following the release of the video. State Senator Adam Hollier and State Senator Erica Geis spoke on the floor of their heartbreak after seeing that video. Both echoed that despite passing dozens of bills on police reform, they haven't saved lives of Black Americans.
Patrick Lyoya is dead today because the license plate didn't match the car he was driving.
All right, so now he's trying to brush over that real quick. And we know when niggas have a license plate and the car does not match the license plate, there's a high likelihood that the vehicle is stolen. Okay? There's a high likelihood that the vehicle is stolen. And he's trying to use that as a reason to say, oh, well, he's dead just because of the license. No, the nigga was resisting arrest. It wasn't just because his license plate was switched. He was swapping plates. It wasn't just because of that. That was the reason why he got pulled over. The reason why he's fucking dead today is because he resisted arrest. Point blank. Straight up. No other reason.
And when confronted by the police, he failed to comply with the instructions he was given.
Shout out to W.E.B. Du Bois with the 199 super trap. He says 545 Blake.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
W.E.B. Du Bois is definitely outside with the $1.99 super trap. Shout out to Performa20 with the $10 super trap. He says that retired officer was taking a lot of accountability from the super gremlins. I respect him, but it don't matter who pulling you over, bruh. Social workers about to get clapped out here, by the way. We outside. You already know. You already know.
Hold on. Hello? Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!
Performer20 is definitely outside with the $10 super trap.
And ran in fear. None of those actions have a penalty equivalent to death.
You know, we do all these BS.
Whoa, none of those actions have a penalty equivalent to death. You know what has a penalty equivalent to death? Fighting with an officer, resisting arrest, taking his taser, trying to use a taser against him. Pretty much sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Have a penalty equivalent to death.
You know, we do all these BS bills in this place about police, but we never do any that actually matter.
God, the sisters. Oh. They're going to be the death of us, man. All of these people out here protesting for this nigga Patrick are contributing to the genocide of black people. Indirectly. None of these niggas have nothing to say when black kids are killed on a daily basis. On a daily basis, you don't see nothing from any of these people.
Because yet again, a black man, Patrick Lyoya, is dead. Murdered.
Is he dead or dead?
At the hands of those who are supposed to protect and to serve us.
No resolutions or bills were introduced during that meeting. Stay with 13 on your side as we continue to cover the shooting death of Patrick Lyoya. To read more of our stories from throughout the week, head on over to 13onyourside.com, or you can download our news app on your smartphone.
Man, I don't even know. You know what? I might let some callers come up here because there might be some people who disagree. But I do want to show this clip for people who are like, "Oh no, you just capping." They are absolutely not releasing this brother's information or his previous record. Most likely it's going to come out that he probably should have been in jail anyway. But let's get into it.
All right, Brian. And demonstrations will continue to take over the streets of downtown Grand Rapids this weekend as calls for justice grow in the shooting death of Patrick Lyoya. His best friend joining hundreds of others who are fighting to hold police accountable. This comes 2 days after police released 20 minutes of video that ended with Lyoya being shot in the head during a traffic stop.
We left Africa to come here to feel safe. Imagine being with somebody, then the next day they're not there no more. Somebody that meant so much to you, a role model.
Lyoya's father says he's shown another angle of the shooting that was not played during the public presentation on Wednesday. State police and Grand Rapids police say all of the footage has been released.
Lord have mercy. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see if I can find another story on this. This is allegedly from an expert's perspective on if they would have acted in the same way. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop the chat. I'm gonna drop the chat or drop the StreamYard link if you guys want to come up. This shit is irritating, honestly. I honestly do not get how these niggas can with a straight face say that this nigga did not bring this shit upon himself. It does not make any sense. Okay. Let's see. All right, so let's get into it. We're gonna get an expert's opinion So let's get it.
Death. We're now hearing from a use of force expert breaking down what we can see in the videos that police have released.
It's a very important perspective, and Fox 17's Michael Martin joins us live in the newsroom with that analysis. Michael.
Max, Janice, we've seen 4 videos so far, 4 different vantage points of the moments leading up to Patrick Lyoya being shot fatally in the head. Well, we still haven't heard from the officer involved as to his perspective of what happened. A use of force expert who has watched the videos is helping to break down what we know so far.
The police officers' actions are going to be judged based upon this idea. Would a different police officer have acted in the same manner, or a reasonable police officer acted in the same manner?
26-year-old Patrick Lyoya was shot and killed by a Grand Rapids police officer on Monday, April 4th, after a traffic stop near Griggs and Nelson. The following Wednesday, the department released 4 videos showing the deadly shooting and the tense moments leading up to it.
All right, guys. So I have placed a poll in the chat. I placed a poll in the chat, and the question is the police shooting of Patrick Lyoya, was it justified? Okay, was it justified? So, guys, make sure you go vote on that poll. I would love to hear you guys' input on it. I would love to see what you guys think about it. Because it's very, it's a little tough to call, especially when you got your emotions involved. But definitely go and vote on that poll, and then I'll give you guys the results in a little bit. But shout out to Performa20. He says, it's easy, bro. It's an election year. LOL. That's why this is getting traction.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Jennifer Aniston, baby.
Come on, she fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Top, you top 10, man.
Top 10, we going further. You heard? Top 10, dead or alive. Swear to God, you already know the vibe. Come on, we outside.
Shout out to Performa20. He top 10 dead or alive, and you already know he's outside with it.
Hey, stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Nelson and Griggs. It's not clear when Michigan State Police will complete their investigation into what happened and whether the officer's actions were legally justified.
Get in the car. Dude, I'm stopping you. You have a license?
Dennis Savard, associate professor at Saginaw Valley and a forensic criminology consultant, is not part of that investigation, but has watched the videos so far released and notes the confusion in Patrick's voice in their interaction.
There could have been a cultural misunderstanding.
Cultural misunderstanding. What, nigga? Are you fucking serious? Guys, didn't we just hear some of his friends get interviewed? We just heard the nigga's best friend get interviewed. He said Patrick was a role model. We heard his best friend get interviewed. Did that nigga sound like he got a speech impediment? Did it sound like his friends, they couldn't communicate with each other? Nigga speaking straight English, bro. Bro, are you serious?
Between the victim and the police officer.
Do you have a driver's license? Do you speak English?
Yes. That can.
Bruh, this nigga was, he was faking that shit. Come on, bro. You can't. Bro. Am I tripping? Let me know if I'm tripping, y'all. But I don't think there was no language barrier. I think he was just trying to get out of being arrested. But anyway, shout out to Javier V. Leonard. He said Ty was Coming to America 3, Black Lives Matter edition, starring Prince Patrick Lyoya. God damn. Woo!
Oh, say less.
Shout out to Javier Leonard with the $5 super trap. He's definitely outside.
And exacerbate a situation or make it worse.
After a few seconds, Lyoya begins walking away from the officer. From there,
walking away from the officer. That was walking away. This nigga did a whole
spin move on the officer.
Situation devolves further.
1915. You got one running. North south.
Here, the officer strikes Lyoya several times.
Types of
Yeah, no shit. He's resisting arrest. What the fuck else is he supposed to do?
strikes by a police officer can be reasonable. However, they have to be proportionate to the threat that the police officer is facing.
He punched him a couple times and then kneed him in the side twice. How is that not proportional when the motherfucker is literally, and there goes his ass crack. There goes this nigga's ass crack. How is that not proportional when the nigga's resisting arrest, bruh?
At this point, it seems clear Patrick is unarmed, but as the officer attempts to deploy his taser, there is a struggle over the device.
Tasers are not a deadly weapon. They're considered a less than lethal weapon.
Okay. Now we got to stop him here. Tasers aren't a deadly weapon. Look, bruh. The taser can stun you. There have been instances where people have died from being tased. So just to say, especially if you have heart issues, the taser can very well kill you. So the fact that he took the taser and tried to stun the officer, if he would have stunned the officer and then grabbed his pistol from him, he could have easily shot him and kept it pushing.
However, at the same time, a taser can incapacitate an individual, at least momentarily.
The officer eventually gets on top of Lyoya, pinning him to the ground.
In the video, you can hear the police officer saying, drop the weapon, or drop the taser, put down the taser.
Let go of the taser.
Possible that the police officer was fearful that the taser was going to be used on him or could have been used on him to incapacitate him.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's what we're arguing here. That's going to be the whole argument. So me personally, I think the officer has a really good chance of getting off. And they do a difficult job. And it to me, it just doesn't make sense why the fuck you would do all that shit, resisting arrest. Niggas is telling you to get down. Niggas is telling you to stop resisting. Niggas are trying to say, yo, I'm a black man too, but this ain't the way. You got to fight it out in court, and you still not listening.
And then it could evolve from there, I suppose.
Whatever the officer was thinking, he pulls his handgun at this point and shoots him once in the head, killing him.
1915. I was just involved in shooting.
Now, we also checked GRPD's Manual of Procedures, specifically for firearms. Under deadly force applications, it says that officers can discharge a firearm to defend against a reasonable threat or of death or serious bodily injury, also to prevent the escape of a subject who is fleeing from an inherently violent felony crime.
And there you have it. That pretty much solves the case. Sounds justified to me. Moral of the story is, guys, stop doing all this fucking dumbass shit. You over here fighting with the police, going back and forth. Just give up, bruh. Live to fight another day. Handle it in court.
When the officer has probable cause to believe that the subject poses a reasonable threat of death or serious bodily injury to the officer or others. But it also outlines the department's goal of only using a reasonable amount of force. Of course, that determination will be left in the hands of Michigan State Police. For now, reporting live in the newsroom, Michael Martin, Fox 17 News.
Michael, thank you.
All right, guys. So I got the link. Dropped. We're gonna go back to the poll to see what you guys think. We got 45 votes. Was the shooting of Patrick Lyoya justified? 87% say yes. 13% say no. 87% say yes. 13% say no. So I appreciate everybody who voted on the poll. It sounds like the people have spoken. So with guys, if you want to come on the channel and give your piece, give your opinion on this situation. I dropped a link. It's pinned in the chat. So make sure you go ahead and join. If we don't get anybody to join, then we'll go ahead and end it. But I mean, to me, it's pretty straight up, straight, clean cut. Unfortunately, I don't know what the fuck was going through his head, honestly, bro. But that shit was just stupid. I don't know what else to say. It was just not an intelligent move. And, none of the excuses that I've heard online, were like a justified reason for him to doing all that shit and resisting and whatnot. It just doesn't make sense, If black men want different results, we're gonna have to act differently. It starts with pulling your pants up, bruh. Pull your motherfucking pants up, dog. It don't make no sense. If anything, my main critique besides everything else that I said is that if he would have just had his pants pulled up, he could have gotten away. If you want to run and do all that stuff, he could have just, boom, pulled his pants up before he got out the car and took off before the officer even got close to him. Like, if you're going to run, why even let the officer get close to you? But let me see if I can get some more on what these protesters are saying. Like I said, guys, if you want to join the chat or the discussion, just go ahead and hop in. It looks like we got autopsy results. Yeah, so it looks like we got autopsy results. Let's see if I can find a video of it. Man, but it just, I don't get it, man. These dudes, they just doing the most at this point. At this point, they just doing the most. They just giving niggas shit, man. All right, so let's see. We got some more protests. All right. Oh, is this the same video? Let me see. Okay, I think this is a different video. All right, let's get into it.
You're watching 13 on your side.
Demonstration.
Guys, if you disagree, get in the damn stream. Hop on the stream. Don't just be in the chat talking about you disagree. Come and give me a reason why you disagree that this shooting was not justified.
Continued downtown nearly 2 weeks after a Grand Rapids police officer shot and killed 26-year-old Patrick Lyoya. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Elena Holland. Activists have held marches and rallies for the past 5 days, calling for the officer who killed Lyoya to be fired. Grand Rapids police released video this week showing the officer shooting Lyoya in the back of the head after a traffic stop. Tonight's rally started around 5 o'clock and lasted hours, with demonstrators marching all across downtown Grand Rapids.
So they're asking for him to be fired. They're not really even asking for charges to be pressed on him. So let me ask you guys this. I'm going to make a poll. Should the officer be fired? All right. So we got the poll up. Should the officer who killed Patrick Lyoya be fired? All right. So we got Mike, who has joined the stream. What's going on, Mike?
Hello.
What up? Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't think that shooting was justified.
Okay, explain why.
I just don't.
Okay, explain why. Hello?
I think that could have been prevented if he
Broke
Hello?
up. We didn't hear anything. We didn't hear anything you said.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Hello? Okay, so it sounds like he got Republic of Congo Wi-Fi. Yeah, I mean, so but yeah, so we did have a brother in here who said the shooting was not justified. So we got that. But the poll results, we have 24 votes, 25 so far. 92% says that the officer should not be fired, and 8% say the officer should be fired. Okay. So guys, get in the join the Streamlab or StreamYard link, and let's get some fresh opinions in here.
Third Tenure Size Justin Bachman has been following the march for several hours. So Justin, how many people would you say turned out?
Hey, Elena, good evening. We have seen a ton of people. Hundreds have been gathering and going through downtown. And actually, we just saw the final people leave. A few organizers have just walked away. And it's an important spot that they walked away from. If we look, you will see that sign right there, Breonna Taylor Way. This is not the first time that they have gathered and rallied and marched for Black people that have been killed by police. Patrick Lyoya now here in our hometown of Grand Rapids. They say that it is something that hits too close to home. Now, there has been a lot that happened tonight. It was a beautiful march, is the words that the organizers have used to describe it. There were some run-ins, some scrapes with the police, but there was no violence that broke out at any point. A little bit of tension in the air, yes, but any violence, absolutely not.
All right, so he has to preface this by saying there was no violence, because we know that the Black Lives Matter protests usually get violent. But now he is saying that these protests were a beautiful demonstration. So that's fine, that's good, and I'm glad that it was peaceful. But my thing is, can we get some protests for the Black men or women or children who weren't doing anything but were killed by other super gremlins? Can we please get some protests for that shit too?
Now, that tension was something that did raise a little bit of suspicion for some of the people that were organizing the march, one of them that we caught up with. And they say that the police were there a little bit of an antagonistic force. And they say that next time they come out, they're hoping that's not going to be the case.
So they said the police were an antagonistic force. Listen to what he said.
If anything, they were the ones that was sitting up there wasting taxpayers' dollars.
Okay, so this is the same brother who did the clip earlier. He says the police were wasting taxpayer dollars. Let's see what else they talking about.
And before the march started, members of the Royal Black Panther Party made sure to emphasize to the crowd that they wanted to remain peaceful no matter what agitators might be out.
Do not engage. Do not engage. I don't care what they say.
The rally was very organized, and leaders even had hand signals to communicate with people at the back of the large crowd. Their first stop was in front of the Grand Rapids Police Department. Then they made their way down Ottawa Avenue in front of City Hall. Then they stopped briefly outside of the Grand Rapids Art Museum.
We're going to stay proud and we're going to pick our voice.
Bro, this is a white woman. This is a white woman. Bruh. I hate to say it, but Black men have been betatized so crazy. If anything, if we want to go and say this isn't a justified shooting and all this kind of shit, all right, let's take that angle. This is our fight, or it should be. But we got, I mean, she looks white. arguably racially ambiguous. I'm pretty sure she'll say, I'm mixed with this and that, and I'm a sixth of this and a third of that. And okay, mama. It's crazy to me, bro. Why the fuck is she leading the fucking protest, bro?
And from place to place, chants could be heard as they walked.
Oh, God. Oh, God. He done got his daughter out here. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What this guy does not realize is that these super gremlins in Michigan will jack your car with your daughter inside and leave her for dead.
There were a few tense moments when police blocked off a couple of roads to the crowd of demonstrators. The first was Fulton Street near Van Andel Arena. Just around the corner, police also had part of Ottawa Avenue blocked for a period of time. Tonight's rally was largely focused on keeping the peace and remembering Patrick Lyoya's name, and demonstrators handed out these pamphlets to help do just that. Reporting in Grand Rapids, Keely Lovern, 13 on your side.
The family was not in attendance tonight, but we heard from Patrick's mother and father earlier this week. This was after the release of the shooting video. Lyoya's family and their attorneys called his death an execution and said the officer involved should be fired immediately. His mother, father, and one of his younger brothers all spoke during a press conference on Thursday. They called for justice with the help of an interpreter.
We all saw the video. I saw it yesterday.
Shout out to Og Nation. He says, give us free.
I keep telling you, consciousness over coochie, politics over punani.
You already know what it is, man. Og Nation is definitely outside with it.
It was the most horrifying thing I've ever said.
Kuona ofisa mkubwa gisa amemwikalia mtoto. To see an officer being on top of my son na kumpiga risasi kwenye kichwa. And to shoot him on the back of his head. Roho yangu imevunjika sana. And my heart is really broken. Naomba sheria juu ya Patrick. I'm asking justice for Patrick.
And my question is that the father's involved? Is that how you raised Patrick to resist arrest from an officer? Is that how this young man was raised? Like, I just don't get it, man. Oh, man, black people need to wake up, man. We gotta exercise some fucking common sense in this motherfucker, bruh. This shit is wild.
I don't know what to do. I cannot stop myself but for crying. And as a terrorist, I was thinking maybe it was my son who was going to bury me. He will assist at my funeral. But what is so astonishing, I am the one burying my son.
So now what comes next in the case? Michigan State Police are investigating the shooting, determining if use of deadly force was necessary. That's if the officer was at risk of death or great bodily harm. The investigation will be then turned over to the Kent County prosecutor. Chris Becker told us earlier this week police have released the video of the shooting, but there is still more evidence the prosecutor needs to review. The Kent County medical examiner says he completed Lyoya's autopsy on April 4th, but is still awaiting toxicology and tissue results. That could take up to 60 days. The full autopsy report will be made available once MSP concludes its investigation.
And guys, we'll come back to this story once we get more details on the autopsy. And I'm really trying to find the arrest record. It was released to 3 media outlets, so it's out there, but it could have possibly been scrubbed from the internet. But the nigga was not he was not a stranger to the police, okay? So no longer releasing the driving records of the victims of violence. Let's see. Yeah, so they're really trying to hide this shit. Maybe I'll do a community post about it if I can find it. But yeah, they've sealed it. The Secretary of State's office has sealed his driving record and whatever record he might have. So I guess that pretty much tells you that there's something that is being hidden. Okay, they want to hide what this brother was involved in, or what he was doing, or what he was up to. And it's pretty crazy. But with that being said, like I said, I will drop the StreamYard link one more time. But if you know, nobody wants to come on and join the panel, then we'll go ahead and end it right here. Very interesting story. Like I said, I don't know why the fuck he was doing all that resisting. This shit was very stupid to me. Not an intelligent move. Honestly, it is what it is. I don't get why these dudes continue to do the same shit and expect different results. It makes no sense. Shout out to Boy Cochina. He says they sweep the staff of CNN to the floor soon. I want to nominate you and Ack for the Metro Beat segments. Split Don Lemon's old check.
The goddamn NBA is a suspect. As soon as I said that, Mama Oya blew my cell phone off the stand.
All right, man. So shout out to Boy Cochina. He's definitely outside with the ancestors, including Mama Oya. But anyways, you already know we're gonna have to go ahead and get up out of here. So without further ado, man, I appreciate everybody who joined the live. I appreciate everybody who super chatted. Oh, we got another super chat from Performa 20. He puts $10 on it. He says, since when Africans care about Black Americans? Why the Communitah behind this so heavily? Yeah, I mean, they didn't get behind Christian Obumseli, even though he had some questionable things to say about sisters. But they didn't get behind him. So I'm wondering why they're going so hard. But I get it. The optics is definitely crazy. And like I said, it is tragic. Unfortunately, I believe that it is justified as well. The nigga was just doing way too much for me to even like even if I wanted to say, no, man, it was just, bruh, there's no way I can defend him going that crazy, bruh.
I have 7 female wives. Go to my Instagram.
So that might be a reason why, because they believe in polygamy. So Communitah might be behind that one. That nigga might have 7 female wives, but I ain't seen none of them in the interviews though. But anyways, you already know what it is, man. We gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and comment under the video in the comment section to just continue the discussion.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets.
For more hard-hitting news coverage from the Communitah, by the Communitah, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dogs. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo.
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live.
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass
Yeah,
suit
that's
on.
that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.